There's 69 people watching. No one leave. No one join. No new people. We're done for the night. All six. Oh fuck! We lost 2 people. What the fuck?
Well, we can get 2 more. That's easy. So. Say left right away. Those dicks on purpose.
Open the door and let 2. Well, you let too many people in. Now we're at 82. Yeah, I guess it's hard when there's like people trying to get in. Like I was watching people in the Discord play this zombie game earlier, and it was funny as hell. And they busted open the wood and shit on the door, and like 500 zombies all like fell in through the door.
That's what just happened.
That's just what happened right there.
2 people left and 13 came in. Oh shit! That's great, man. That's great. Good to see you, buddy.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Jerry.
I love that. I love that there's a weekend right now. Like that's fucking great. I need it.
That's a cool shirt. Is that a Colorado Cannabis Society shirt?
Rocky Mountain High. My boy T-Bone just came back from Colorado and gave this to me. I dig it.
Nice. T-Bone.
Yeah, T-Bone. Hooking it up. Thank you, sir. I like it. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. So it's going to be a good weekend, man. My weekends have been good, man. Like I've had a couple weekends without a lot scheduled, so I could really kind of do whatever. You know what I mean? And it's been dope. So this time I got a lot of family around, so we're going to have some fun, man. It'll be good.
That's right. When we met on Monday, it was a Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Wednesday. We did Wednesday too.
Yeah. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy motherfucking week.
Boy, you ain't kidding. Good to be here though, man. Thanks for you guys in the chat. Good to see you guys out there, man. Got the crew, man. Tony Lee's out there. Confused. Love you. Orange Imposter. Come on, man. Brennan, what's up? Lab Pong, of course. What's up, man? Toxic Player Esquire. I saw Estelle out there earlier. You guys are dope, man.
A couple little nugs of this Pinot Noir. This is probably a bad idea. Like this strain tends to like make me like brain spaz. But
fucking let's go, man.
I've been vaping on so much gelato lately, and I don't want to dip into my blueberry kush because I finally got done trimming all of my blueberry kush, Jerry.
Yeah.
And I've ended up with 3 of these.
Wow.
With 3 of these big, beautiful jars.
How's it smell when you open that? Is it just a monster of terps that rush at you?
Yeah, it's glorious. It's glorious. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Anyway, I ended up with 1 pound, like right on the dot of blueberry kush.
That was insane.
And now I don't want to vape any of it because if I vape any of it, then I won't have a pound of blueberry kush anymore.
Oh, you just want to have a pound in reserve, huh?
Right now I do, yeah. Like it feels good to like I have a pound of blueberry kush right now.
That does feel good, doesn't it, man?
It does.
Fucking living large.
I've been vaping on the gelato, and I reached down and I didn't want the gelato, so I grabbed the Pinot and.
Get ready. Not only is it one of those that fucks with you, you're going to get a little bit of a tolerance shift. You know what I mean? Like you've probably built up a little to the gelato, and this is going to feel real good.
Yeah. This one is going to feel real good.
I was going to kick off a dab, but should we do that afterwards? Should I pack up a bowl with you first, and then we'll do a dab?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's kick off a bowl, and then we'll have our Rio sponsored dab.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm using my Extreme today, man. I'm kind of stoked. I haven't used this in ages.
Nice. You want to see the vape that I'm using?
I
got a new toy.
Show that off. What do you got? I see the shovel. Look, I recognize the. Oh, look. Oh, whoa! Check that out, man. What's all that shit?
I got the new V-Rod with the controller, the Auber controller with the metal case.
I've never even seen it. That's fucking dope.
Isn't it? And it's got the heat shield. Whoops, I'm with the carb cap.
Yeah, I like the heat. So that doesn't get hot, that big ass thing, right? That
dude, this is it's great. Like it's warm, but it's not hot. And any draping of things across there aren't gonna melt or catch fire.
That's a beautiful rig and everything, man. What does that go for?
I'm not completely sure because I got it from a big bundle, but the bundle that I got with the hard case, which is
you got the Mag Daddy right on
here. with the bong. The bong is really nice. The glass that they have is fucking thick.
Is that double stereo or something different?
It's, I think it's like a laser slot. It has a bunch of laser cut slots in the bottom, cool. But it's thick ass glass. It's fucking thick.
Right on.
But that whole bundle is like $849.
Yeah. It looks like it. That's beautiful, man. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. I'll make a video about it very soon on the, on the 420. I'm sorry, on the Troy Time 420 YouTube channel. Right
on, man. That might be one of the fucking blingingest looking boxes I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that, man.
It's pretty baller. The pictures don't do it justice, I gotta say. Like, seeing, I mean, I saw it in pictures a year ago or whatever, and it looked borderline obscene. Like, damn, that's a lot of metal for putting around a PID.
Right.
But now it makes sense.
Now that you've seen it, right on.
I mean, I'm gonna hit this motherfucker, by the way.
Do it, man. Beat that shit up.
What are you vaping on? That's a big nug. Holy Jesus.
Right. That's my biggest one here. I've got, what the fuck is this? I want to say it's California Dream. But I'm almost done with all the other nugs in here, and then I'm going to mess with that. But yeah, no, this has been fun. This has been a good time with this strain. I think I'm going to have some more fun with it tonight. I'll beat some shit up, brother.
Yeah.
That gone.
That was delicious. The Pinot. I wish I could save some Pinot for you to vape in July when we're reunited and it feels so good.
It's gonna feel real good, man. It's gonna feel real good. Yeah, you don't have time to grow another one either, bro. So you need to stash a nug. Stash one of the nugs for me.
Yeah, I don't. This is what I have left of Pinot Noir.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Let me. Do I get to pick my nug then?
I don't think it's gonna make it, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way too, bro. It's almost 2 months till I see you, and that ain't gonna last a week.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's once it got down to like less than a quarter ounce, I started holding tight. Like oh shit, like one nug comes out every week ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the pace that I've been at.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's like I'm trying to like stretch out those strain tolerances and those strain signatures. Make sure that I always have something around that gets me like, whoa, holy fuck, like that's some shit.
Right.
I like that. Gotta have that.
I've always been like that. I've always been the variety guy, and the problem is I'm a miser, and I'm like a squirrel. So I will nugget shit away, and then by the time I get to it, I remember there were times when I would put something really dope aside, and then when I got to it, it wasn't as good anymore. And I was like, why did I keep that? And then I realized, oh, well, you fucking kept it too long. You know what I mean? Like this, you can't keep that shit forever. It does lose potency. So anyhow, that was a nice hit right there, man. Wow. I'm getting the blips on you, but I don't see anything up top like you told me to look at.
Really? Okay. Well, I haven't seen anything up top either. So if anybody in the chat sees Jerry or I glitching out, sees any loss of frame rates or loss of quality, please say the word. Like point us out, call us out. We're trying to stream in HD, so we have HD streaming tonight. We're in full pixel high definition. I'm gonna sneeze.
It's like we're right there. It's like I'm right there. Like even my screen looks good, so that's the visuals are worth it, Troy. I love your visuals when you do that shit. Fucking great.
I tried to sneeze with my eyes open to see if my eyeballs would pop out on screen.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I believe it's impossible to do that.
I think Mythbusters disproved that. I think he managed to do it.
Was it like super fucking hard? Like, okay, we proved it's physically possible, or is it something that happens regularly? Because I know for me, if I keep my eyes open, I won't sneeze. Like it shuts that shit down. It's kind of cool. Either that, or I end up sneezing and closing my eyes. But yeah, I've never been able to do both at the same time. Not that I put like a lot of effort into it. It's more just a noticing. That one's for you, Reese. An observation is the correct word, folks. But you know, that whole shit kind of plays into what we're talking about anyhow. When you leave a nug laying around forever, and then it goes a little bad. I didn't even mean to do that. It just worked out that way. Do you like that?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people calling me in the chat, and I can't read them all. Hit me up in the Discord. Tag me in a question in the 420 Vape Zone Discord if it's like something that you really want an answer on. I'm stoned, and if I get lost in the chat, I'll neglect Jerry, and then Jerry will cry. Sorry, Jerry.
You don't want to see that shit. I'm really ugly when I cry. It's ugly. Big bulging eyes, red face, snot everywhere.
I don't know, man.
And I'm really needy. And I'm really needy when I cry. So.
I saw you cry in Vegas a little bit, like, and from the sound bath thing. Like I was amazed to see you in tears. I was in tears, and like when you turned around, you were in tears. I was like, oh shit.
The amazing thing about those tears is they were different. Like they were heavy, heavier than I would expect, but they weren't related to a specific emotion. It was more like related to a vibration. Like it was almost like the bowls, you know, zapped me with the cry fucking frequency, because it wasn't like anything in particular I was emotional about. You know what I mean? It was just amazing that way.
Yeah,
that was weird.
The way I felt was when I came out of that, I felt like the moment where you realize that the tears of sorrow and the tears of joy are like just polar opposites, like of the flip side of the coin. And when I came out of that, I felt like I was just holding the coin.
Yeah.
Like I was just holding it and like looking at the edge. And like weeping from both sets of emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there were times when it went from one side to the other. And again, not for any memory or any particular reason. It was just that I would cry the emotion of joy and then instantly cry the emotion of sadness, but without a connection. You know, it was just like, wow, that was a big moment for me, man, realizing that those were so close, and that for me to run from one is running from the other. You know what I mean?
We should have her on the show.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Right?
Yeah, she's been through it, and I'd love to talk to her.
I would too. I mean, in a way, a lot of what we're doing today could be correlated to the results of the journey that she sent us on. I mean, we were already becoming friends, and I already knew that we were similar in interests, and you know, like I knew we were going to be best buds, and we were already dabbing together at that party and all that shit. But
right.
the experience of that sound bath and that group meditation really stitched together things, you know, sharing those emotions with you, and you know, like crying on your shoulder and in that moment with a bunch of fucking strangers was very vulnerable. And like to me, it made you my brother. Like we are brothers, like for real from that.
Yeah, there was whatever she did was able to guide us to a deeper connection than we ever would have had, I think. It was pretty amazing. And like I said before, it kind of opened things up in me that I never had before, things that I've felt or noticed, you know what I mean? And it was really kind of sparked a whole journey for me. So man, I'll reach out to her. I'd love that. That would be great. I haven't talked to her since that night. I've hit her up a couple of times on Instagram as I keep up with, you know, her journey. But yeah, I'd like to reach out to her again. That's a good idea. She's amazing. Oh, all right. I'm about to put this bowl on and catch up with you a little bit here. It'll take me a bit.
I loaded a second one and I decided to hit it. Sorry about that. I guess habit. It's a little habit. I've been working in the studio today, cleaning.
Woof it up, brother. Woof it up. Nah, man, you don't have to worry about that. That's good to go. We're gonna be hitting this all night. Besides, I've got to warm this thing up. You know how the extreme is. You got to get that perk going.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was cleaning most of the day, so I didn't allow myself to sit down and really get a good bake on. It was more like sit down, vape 2 bowls, and then
Yeah.
stand up and get back to it. So now that I'm sitting down and having my Jerry time, it's nice to vape a couple bowls in a row.
Right on, man. I'm with you. It's
Then
weird,
we'll have-
man. I don't vape as much during the week as I used to either, man. It's like Friday nights are kind of a rarity for me. I really get to go to town and have a blast. It's like fun. That was a good one there, man. Damn, you're filling it up, man. You're filling it up.
Yeah, Jerry.
I was about to tell you your video messed up, but you were talking without moving your mouth, weren't you? I've never seen you do that before, man. That fucked with me, man. I was like, shit, he froze, but I can hear these cool little words. You're just doing all anyhow, man.
Hey,
You got skills, man. You got skills.
to pay the bills, I don't pop pills, but I send chills up your spine when I rhyme, and that's a House of Pain lyric, by the way. Don't credit me for that.
House of Pain. Right on.
House of Pancakes.
House of Pancakes.
Do you like waffles or pancakes better?
Oh.
If you could only have one
I'd have to go waffles.
for the rest of your life, no more pancakes, waffles only.
If it's
You're
one
cool
or the other, if it's one or the other, I'm taking waffles.
Okay. It's interesting. What about you in the chat? Would you take pancakes or waffles? Permanent decision.
No, yeah, this is it forever. You got to decide. It's a
Or
good debate.
crepes. I guess if you want, you can have crepes.
Yeah, man, we're not haters. If you're into crepes, that's your thing. If you want to pull out if you want to forsake waffles and pancakes for crepes, knock yourself out.
A lot
That's
of
good.
waffles in the chat. A lot of waffles. I think I agree. I think I would go for waffles as well. I mean, pancakes, the best pancakes are better than the best waffles, in my opinion. But, man, pancakes get older faster, like you can only live off pancakes for so long. With waffles, you can have waffles traditional, you can have fruit, you can have chicken in waffles, you can do all kinds of crazy fucking waffle shit. But with pancakes, they're pancakes.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that last point, man, for sure. Although I think that the best waffle is way better than the best pancake because I like that shit crunchy, man. Like I like that you can get a waffle and get some crisp on it. You know what I mean? You can't get that crisp on a pancake like you can with a waffle. So I'll take the ridges and the crispies and all that shit every time. Man.
but the waffle, with the pancake, you can get such a nice buttery layer with the syrup layer, with the saturation while still having the golden crisp and the fluffy. With waffles, I mean, they're like pancakes with syrup traps. Like it holds everything, but you can't. You get less of the perfect bites unless you're like really good at like managing the cuts of because like you cut into a square and then it starts oozing its trap syrup and it's like a game. It's like a game, but you still get like, I don't know. I still think the perfect pancake is still better than the perfect waffle, but I'd still take waffles.
But when you put that butter and shit and make it perfect, you lose the crispiness on a pancake, whereas the waffle keeps that texture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. And I like that crisp as well.
Yeah. I mean, the waffle has more surface area being cooked than the pancake. So
totally.
That's why you get more to it. And I dig it, man. Like I'll take that every time. I'm not hating on pancakes, but waffles, man.
I agree with you. The waffle is the better decision, but like to me, I stand by that. For me, a perfect waffle or a perfect pancake is better than my perfect waffle.
Maybe I haven't had your perfect pancake. Maybe it's real fucking good.
There's some pretty slamming pancakes out here in Southern California. Like there's some, because like
if
all these
anywhere
like
they'll be there, I'm sure.
there's all these like fancy breakfast brunch places which I guess are everywhere now. Like these, like they're franchise chains, like Snooze Eatery and I think Breakfast Republic. I don't know if Breakfast Republic is one, but I know my sister knew one of them. Like she's like, oh, I went to one of these in Denver or something. So like I know that some of these French toast stuff with cream cheese and strawberries, deep fried. Oh, you lost me at coconut though. Lost me at coconut.
That sounds good, actually. Toasted coconut, love that shit. You got that in Vegas? We'll look for that. Look for that shit.
We gotta go to Egg Slut when we're there, Jerry.
That sounds real good. What the fuck is that?
It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a breakfast place.
My only problem with waffles or pancakes is they usually come with stuff that I won't eat. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not going to eat that classic American breakfast ever again. And so
whoa, like the sausage or bacon.
Yeah, that and just the tons of eggs. You know, an omelet, geez, that is so much egg to everything else ratio in a meal. It's overdone. You know, I try to keep things a little more in proportion now. So I'm not going to overdo it with any one thing like that. So yeah, that's my biggest problem is what else am I going to eat with it? I can get some fruit, you know what I mean? But, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
There, I'll just piss all over the waffle conversation for you.
Well, I mean, if you're getting waffles, then you can skip all the other shit. And I'll eat your bacon.
You will. Get ready. I'll never forget the trip I took out there with Patrick when I first started doing the vegan thing, man. And we went out for we were together for 10 days, man, because it was the trip plus another trip after. And we got to feel like we were like an odd couple date because everywhere we go, by day 4, we quit ordering different meals. He would just order what he wanted. And I'd eat all the veggies that he wasn't going to eat because he was on that paleo shit. And I was like on vegan and we would just share shit. It was really funny, man. I was like, this is weird. It just feels weird.
Hilarious. I remember we went to that. I think was it Thai or was it Japanese? I forget what we went to, but you were eating what you thought was noodles.
Oh, that was the barbecue.
Or was it Korean barbecue?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you asked for more of the sweet noodles, and the guy's like, "Sweet noodles," and you were like, "These ones here, oh, those are squid."
Yeah. I was like,
fuck.
I was like, well, then bring me more squid. I've already started eating it.
Are those vegan friendly squid?
Right, man. Oh, that's great. Shit.
That was a good time.
That was funny, man. That was. I ate a lot of squid that night. Oh, fuck.
Well, Jerry, I think we should kick things off with Rio Dab.
I agree. Get yours ready while I finish off this bowl because mine's packed.
Sure, bud. One of our proud sponsors, the Stash Products Rio. You can go ahead and enlarge me there, Jamie. Thanks for that. The Rio Reagan one got a nice resin poured base, one of a kind. Mine is teal and orange, built-in torch. Takes a traditional 14 mil banger, as you can see. You know how it works. I didn't put my dab in there yet, though, so let's not get carried away. Get your ass back in here, Jerry. Thanks. Whoa! We're both clicking around, see?
Yeah, I'm playing around. That's what I was looking to do. I wanted to see that when you were doing that.
Well, I'm not ready for that. That's okay.
No, we don't have to. I was just saying that's what I was trying to click. So I told you, man, if you gave me some control, we'd fuck things up. So you know that's gonna happen. I'm gonna hit this one more time. You still packing your dab, right? Let me know when it's go time because I cheated and did mine earlier. How's it going in the chat?
You had your dab?
No, I packed it, so it's been waiting.
Okay.
You guys packing your dabs in the chat? Let's go. Come on. What's going on there, Lux? Is something you mentioned something about the edit? Oh, got you. Every time we're fucking around with those things. That's funny.
What's up? Buttercup?
Whew, man, this thing is doing it for me. I love it. I don't do the elbow pack on this usually. I pack a bowl and once it gets going, I huff it fucking hard.
Talking about the EQ?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that. So if not elbow pack, or can you show me all the different ways to pack? Like what's your preferred way to pack? How do you use the EQ? And then can you also show us the elbow pack?
I can tell you now, I'd take a long time doing that usually because I'm.
Okay, well, let's do that after we talk about.
All right, cool. This will be here because I'm fine with that. That sounds fun.
The elephant in the room.
What's that?
Moist.
Oh yes, please.
I mean, we were talking the pancakes and waffles. Both of these are good when they're moist.
Yes.
But somehow you start using the word moist in essays and in conferences and in workday meetings, and you see people start cringing and making faces. And look at it's there. There's a bunch of moistness in the chat. How does everyone in the chat feel about the word moist? Like, what do you feel when we're talking about moist?
I think moist got a different rap in the last 10 or 15 years. It didn't really do much before, but whenever it started to take on a sexual nature, that's when it got fun. You know what I mean?
So Puzzle Whistle doesn't find it gross. That's cool.
Good. Ain't nothing gross about that.
Little greasy. Big crazy Tony is like, stop, fuck.
Did he think that wasn't going to come up tonight?
Why moist matters.
Come on, big crazy moist Tony. Moist.
I used to go out of my way to use the word moist, like in my daily life.
Yeah.
But, like when I worked at the .com, when I worked around people, like I love to see the reactions. You know, you say the word moist, and you make it contextually relevant. You know, you don't go out of your way to say it. But
well, how often do you get to do that? I guess. What are you talking about? In an IT environment, when does moist come up in an appropriate conversation?
Well, luckily we had lunch catered in every single day, so there was always something to say. Oh, this pasta is moist. You know, there's always something.
That's great.
There's always something, and then we had things like we had table tennis and pool, and you know, so we could play a game of table tennis with someone, and it's moist in here. It's my shirt is moist. You know, there's always some way to talk about.
All right. So if you're gonna substitute humid and wet with moist, you're right. We could sprinkle moist all over the place there, man.
Right. Right. Why do people get so cringy about it?
I don't know, but I like it when the hits are a little moist.
Yeah, moist hits. You like moist hits?
Yeah, I don't want them dry, right? Who wants it dry? Nobody wants it dry. Moist vapor hit. You ready for a moist dab? You guys ready for a moist dab out there?
I gotta find my moist bubble cap. And here it is. All right.
You got it?
I got it. Here we go. Oh, you want to see the load? Shoulder. Damn it.
Nice. Mine's
when I fold my Rio straight out, my arm like falls out of socket.
Mine is the third ball in there on the back.
Oh, third.
Yeah.
No wonder your voice is so deep, Jerry.
Yeah, that's much the third ball. The third ball is my dad. That's all kinds of moist.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. That's tasty. Tasty.
You're damn straight.
Tasty is a word that kind of gets in there with moist sometimes.
Yeah? Tasty?
Not as much, but it can have some connotations. But
really?
Yeah, that's tasty right there.
I know people don't like the word nuggets.
My fave.
Yeah, you like that word?
Love
Moist.
nugs.
Moist nuggets?
I don't want dry nuggets.
I had a coworker who didn't like the word tote bag.
Nice.
Yep.
Dude, I don't think I have any Q-tips in this room. Oh, I got this though.
What?
Yeah, I meant to grab them before we started and I forgot. But I got this thing. Remember this fucking thing? Let's give this shit a go. Yeah, that worked out, sort of. Kind of dragged it up the side. And at this point, I'm spreading it around, right? That's going to be... I'm going to have to get that really moist to get that off. Oh, man. I'm going to put this somewhere now because it's got all that sticky, moist dabby on it that I don't want it to stick on anything. All right. So, Troy, you're still on that banger. I got to get another one of those. My banger started to get whatever it gets when it gets cloudy because I torch it all the time.
Devitrification, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I don't think it works well when it gets like that. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, like the dabs all of a sudden were weak and quick.
Yeah, it doesn't hold its temperature. And then it also like builds up oxidation layers or something. I forget. But there's multiple reasons that you want to update and move on because your banger is trash now.
Fuck.
There's no recovery from that.
All right, I'm gonna know.
No recovery from that shit, as far as I know.
It got bad. I mean, I was like I noticed. Like I was like, this is not like if I put more in, it didn't hit any better. I was like, this just doesn't hit anymore. So I got this other banger here, and it works, but it chazzes really quick. And it chazzes every time for me. Like, did I get any that time? Maybe not.
I feel bad for all the Chazzes out there, like all the people named Chaz. Like that was such a cool name.
Chaz.
Up until dabbing became a thing.
Right.
And now nobody wants a Chaz banger, so fucking Chaz is like,
Chaz. Yeah,
Chaz ain't gonna come near my bong.
Chaz.
Sorry, bro.
Chaz. Yeah, you're right, man.
You can't go back to Chad. Chad's a ruined name too now, isn't it? Chad's like the male Karen.
It is? They did that to Chad?
I think so.
I didn't hear that.
I think I've seen the Chad word used a few times.
That would kind of suck.
Which is funny because I know a person named Chad and he's a total Chad.
I know a guy named Chad who's a great guy. So that's why I'm kind of like, that sucks because he doesn't deserve that. I don't know. Better Chad than Troy. Better Chad than Jerry. Yeah. But still, I like Chad. I didn't know that. I didn't know Chad was that now. How does that name get assigned? Is it because somebody goes viral and their name was Chad, or that like how did Karen happen? Was there a real Karen that kind of got that whole thing started, or was that just Karen's always that kind of chick?
The internet is a fascinating place, man. You know?
Yeah.
So, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking. We were in a session. We were doing our shit, getting all jiggy with it. And there was like some shit going down in the chat, and they were talking about like sticky weed and humidity. And I forget what it was or what the specifics were, but basically there was an assumption like that your weed in Florida is probably more moist or has higher humidity than mine, just because like Florida is generally more humid than California, and that got me thinking like, whoa, that's an interesting way to think about it, like the general outside humidity and how it affects. I mean, I assume most of these places use air conditioning and all that. So yeah, tonight let's dive in.
Yeah. For outdoor grows for sure, but for indoor grows, I think it's all pretty much the same. I mean, people ask me, man, Florida, hot and humid. And I go, yeah, but look, man, I go from my air conditioned house to my air conditioned car to my air conditioned destination, and I do the same back. I mean, it's just air conditioned everywhere here. When the power's out, people get real fucking uncomfortable and it ain't because they care about seeing, it's the air condition. You know what I mean? Like that's the worst thing about not having power is not having the fucking AC. So
right.
Anyhow,
Right.
but like
plus,
inside, you know, my stuff does fine in here. Like I don't have a problem with it. So
what's your humidity right now, like in your room?
Well, this thing here that I played with, well, that ain't right. It says 44, but that was in there. It fluctuates in here, I think, usually between the 50s and 60s in this room. So it's already climbing now that I took it out of the jar. This was the one that I put in the jar and left for several days. And it's fluctuated between, I caught it at 68 once and now down to the 40s. So it's been all over the place in this jar with just this on top.
Okay.
I don't know what effect that'll have on the nug, but that's what happened here.
That's pretty dry. That's pretty fucking dry. I mean, but back to the weed thing. I want to talk about how it's produced a little bit, like because when it's grown professionally, like when somebody's growing weed, even probably for black market, you know, if they're growing significant amounts of cannabis, they're controlling both the humidity and the temperature through the entire process,
right?
From seedling beyond the harvest. So like, I don't know if you watched my most recent videos, but I had a tent dedicated for when I chopped my plants. I hung my plants in a tent that was AC and humidity controlled. So the drying time and the curing time was both controlled in an environment. So outdoor environment didn't fucking matter. Like I controlled the specifics. And in a real cannabis production facility, it's to an even bigger extreme, you know, and they'll shorten down some of those periods just to minimize risk. So that's why most dispensary weed is pretty fucking dry. Like they process it and dry it quick because their big risk is mold. Like if they get mold, they lose a lot of money.
So that's why if I ever get crispy stuff, it's usually through them.
Yeah, dispensaries dry and cure their shit quick and get it into jars at a lower humidity. They don't want it at 60%. You know, they want it at like 48 or 52 or some shit.
Oh, wow.
Some shit low. That way there's no mold. And yeah, they process it quick. Like a lot of places here in California, it's like 8 weeks from harvest. It's on a shelf. But in a home grow, like I hang my shit for 3 weeks and then it's going to go in a jar for 2.5 months or, you know, 6 weeks before it's really cured and primed. But that risk is me in a small batch at scale doing that high quality drying and curing at scale. It's like it's not feasible.
Well, let me ask you, because I mean I understand a little bit, but I'd love to get a real better feeling for it. Like what we're trying to do, like the shit grows, and when they harvest it, that's when it's at its moistest. Is that correct? Like, is the cure, like, what's the difference between drying it out and maturing the plant? And are they related somehow? And am I making any sense here at all?
You are,
Okay.
and those are genuine questions, which I can hopefully bullshit my way through a couple of them. The plant, it's the wettest when it's harvested.
Okay.
Even late in harvest, there's a lot of risk. Like for me, when I just harvested my plants, if I had gone another 2 days, I probably would have lost at least a couple big colas to mold. Like I had some leaves that were, you know, starting to die, and they were inside of the big nugs, and they were just big, thick colas, and they were pretty wet. I was probably days away. So in big facilities, you know, the risk is even at the harvest So a lot of times they'll drop the humidity in the grow down below what it typically is in a grow room when
While
it's
growing.
flower time. Yeah, just in late bloom, just to mitigate, just to avoid mold.
Okay, so but why, like, let's just do moisture only then. Forget curing at this time, but moisture only. Why do we want to dry it out only to keep it from mold, or is it also for other reasons?
Okay, so let's walk through that a little bit. So when we harvest it, we dry it out, and it goes from like high moisture, and we want to drop it down to like 60. And we want to keep it around 60 because that's where these microbial colonies remain alive within the plant material.
Mhm.
And these microbial colonies will help decay in a positive way the chlorophyll and other things in the plant. So there's other things that are happening, like THCA becoming THC. So your nugs are actually becoming more potent as they cure. But those things take time. Remember when we went to the Trichome Institute?
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was talking all that stuff about drying and curing, it was the first time hearing any of it.
Wow.
And it blew my freaking mind. And
yeah,
looking back at my notes, they still make no sense what I wrote down from that class.
That's so funny. It was our minds were blown, though, that's for sure.
Hey, Argo's in the chat, and Argo knows.
Far out. What do we got here?
Yeah, so the plant is at 100% relative humidity. Your aim is drying to balance the plant matter, 60% RH.
To start preserving or curing. And are we now, when we're preserving or curing, are we making it any better, different, or more potent, or are we just preserving, like truly preserving, so that nothing is changing? Like, is it getting better in terms of potency? In terms of potency, I know it'll feel different, but what about potency?
Potency. Yeah, it gets more potent
over a curve. Like, there's a certain point where there's no point.
I'm sure there's a curve. I'm sure, because THC also breaks down. So, and that's where storing it at. See, now I get the bad internet. It's my bad internet right now. Am I?
You've been freezing a couple times recently. Yeah.
Okay. So according to Leafly, when the RH is between 59 and 60, was it 64?
I think so.
65. It was like a 5% range in there. That's where like the capillaries in the plant remain with the most fluidity, to where water can move in between like the leaf material and the stem material and whatnot. And that's the zone you want to keep it in.
Okay.
Because that's where the least amount of decay and oxidation and other bad processes are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So 62 seems to be the magic number, according to research, like based on like Leafly and whatnot. But a lot of the fucking numbers that I was pulling up on Leafly were citing a sponsored story from Boveda. So
they've done all the research.
Yeah, you gotta take some of the shit with some grains of salt. And I encourage everyone to experiment. Buy a few different things and even find some different methods. Like this is what I like. This is a Doob Stone, a Doobie. It's like a little ceramic thing that you can soak in water and use it to rehydrate either your Boveda packs or just use it on your weed. And it works really fast. But it works differently. It's not something you want to leave in your jar like I've been doing here. I'll talk about why I'm leaving it here later.
Because there's no stopping that thing, right? It just keeps going until it's gone too far.
Exactly. It's like, you can also use like orange peels piece of lettuce or a piece of watermelon rind, like a piece of fruit or something that has moisture in it, that'll release the moisture and put it back into your herb. But don't leave it in there. Not for longer than like an hour or whatever. Just do it for a while. Yeah, because those things will mold. Those things have mold spores. Those things have. Yeah, you don't want that. Okay. You just want to get the moisture out.
All right. So we're trying to hit 62-ish, give or take, depending on your preference. But we're doing it to preserve, as he said, and to help it mature. And also, I suppose that's also kind of the percent that feels good when we vape and smoke it.
Well, that's where things get really subjective. I mean, I've seen people like and enjoy drying their weed out. Some people grind their month's worth of herb all at once. I remember when the Ghost MV1 was the best vape ever. They recommended that you grind your weed and lay it out on a piece of paper the day before.
Jeez, I was like, what?
Yeah, Space Jesus is crying. It breaks my heart. That's so cringy. Like, treat your herb like your coffee. You keep it as whole as possible for as long as possible.
Absolutely.
The moment you break it open, the moment you expose all those inner surfaces, more oxidation and breakdowns start happening. So grind it right before you fucking vape it.
Yeah, because oxygen don't wait and don't play around.
For real. There's a noticeable difference between like fresh nugs and shit that's been sitting in the grinder or stuff that's sat out. It may not be obvious in some of your dispensary weed, in which case I apologize that you don't have access to high quality medicinal terpene rich cannabis. But man, with fresh cannabis, the differences are really obvious. Like really obvious, Jerry.
Yeah, when you get that really terpy stuff. Yeah, I'm with you, man. All right. So moisture is important. By the time it gets to you at a dispensary, it's kind of dried out. If anything, it probably needs to be, brought back to life a little bit. So would that mean that if I'm by the typical dispensary herb, that I should come home and maybe check or maybe put a Boveda pack in it to kind of add some to it? Would that be probably the norm for most of my dispensary weed?
I would think so, probably. Right. But it depends on the brand. I mean, I'm in California, and I've purchased some high quality eighths that came and they were moist and sticky, and like I could feel like, oh, this is fresh. I don't need to do anything. I've also purchased weed that comes with little Boveda packs in the jar.
No shit. Right
yeah, like I've seen a lot of brands that will have a little Boveda thing in the bottom of the eighth.
I haven't had either one of those happen here. Everything here is not dry, but you're right. It's on the dry side. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like when I remember you brought your stuff when I saw yours, and I was like, wow, that really is nice and like.
Oh, the XJ13.
Yeah.
And that XJ13 was still like a month old or whatever as well.
Yeah.
Because remember I had saved it for you?
Yeah, dude, that stuff. Why is that so memorable for everybody? Everybody loves that fucking strain, man.
Yeah.
Fucking XJ13.
I want to get a clone of it or a seed of it or something so I can try growing it.
All right. Well, so you need to. What about storing it? Like, how do you like to store your stuff? You showed us those big mason jars.
Yeah. Well, right now, because I just harvested, I got a bunch of these, and this is how I'm curing it. And this is also long-term storage, and I keep this at 60% humidity
with a Boveda.
With Boveda packs, or the boost packs is what I'm using right now in this one.
Okay.
But normally I use like these style mason jars. So I like the amber because light is bad. Light is bad for THC. You don't want your nugs in the sunlight. But I use a mason jar, glass, airtight, and this one also has a boost pack in there. A boost 62.
Mm-hmm. How do you like that boost?
To be honest with you, when I first bought them, I liked them more. And I think mostly it was because they're always soft. Like the Boveda packs, when the Boveda packs get dry, they get like hard and crispy. And if you bend them, you can hear things cracking and tearing. And that's not what you want. Like there's fucking chemicals and shit in here. Like I don't want like crackles and dust and things breaking off and going into my nugs because I'm going to vape those motherfuckers. So the boost always soft even when it's dry. But that also means that the Boveda has a built-in obvious sensor. Like, hey, this one's dry, needs to be replaced. The boost is always soft, regardless of whether it's putting out moisture or not.
That's the beauty of the Boveda is their patent is on the packaging. The stuff inside is just probably a pretty simple chemical solution that they've used in labs forever, because saline solutions, certain ones can equalize their environment to a certain point. And when you understand that science of it, which I do not, you can come up with the right solution to land where you want. And so they've got that solution, which is normal science, not a big deal. That's not the secret. But their packaging that allows the two-way regulation, so it goes from high to low or low to high, it nails that percentage. That's where the brilliance of their product and packaging is. So I'm not surprised that the boost never comes out that way. That packaging actually, what happens inside is the saline solution starts to crystallize. And when it starts to crystallize, it gets sharp. And when it gets sharp, it can cut the packaging, and then it no longer regulates effectively. So once they get to the point where you've cracked them, you've probably gotten to the point where it's not going to hit that percentage anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know about the boost.
So beyond that, unfortunately, the boost haven't been performing for me next to the equivalent Boveda. And I feel like I've been doing everything scientifically, and actually just held up my example jar because this one has a brand new, like just out of the package, and it's been in here for a few days now. 62%. And the hygrometer will only read 52.
How many did you put in? How many packs?
Right now, there's 2.
How many grams is that? That's probably nowhere near enough.
No, these are the big ones. I did the same thing with the Boveda packs. Okay. They're the same size, and the Boveda packs read the same. And it's not the weed. And I've done the same thing in the smaller jars, because I forget where it went. I lost the bag. But I bought a quarter ounce of this lemon meringue sativa from.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Lemon meringue.
Yeah.
Sativa?
It sounded beautiful, but when I got it, it was dry as fuck.
Oh,
so sucks. Like it was crumbly. Like I crushed it and it like powdered in the grinder. So I put it in a mason jar, and I put a brand new 62 boost that I just bought off Amazon in there. And I was excited to try it later in the afternoon. And I know Boveda will rehydrate within a few hours. I checked it in the afternoon, and they were all still really fucking dry. So I'm like, okay, maybe boost takes a little longer. Came back like 3-4 days later, still fucking bone dry.
Really?
It's like it didn't do anything. Like the boost didn't do anything. And I don't think that they've all been this way. Like I feel like I've had boosts that have performed just fine, but I've also had multiple times where it's like the boost just didn't do anything for me.
Wow.
I don't know what's up with that.
Well, they say they've got a patent pending on the labeling, but they must have had some different kind of science that just doesn't work as well. As long as you do the math, you're good, man. Like they make, these things here that are, how many grams are these? Does it say right on them how many grams they're for? Or how many grams are they? Come in like 1, 2, and 4 grams, but then you get these big ones here. Like you can put these in your jars, and it's all about how much weed you're going to put in there with it. So, but once these things are out in the open, they're activated, and you need to put them back in the plastic bag and seal it, or they'll start to go bad. Here's the dinky ones.
You can hang a bunch of those in your office. That way, your whole office is 69% humidity.
That's what I ought to do. That'd be fun, man. Boveda's for everyone. That'd be great. Yeah, I want to have that problem where I need lots of these. That's the problem I want to have. These are 67 gram, it says on here. That's huge. So wait, I do have some. I didn't know I had a 58. I have some itty bitty, at least one itty bitty 58. Is that where my 58s are? The itty bitties? Oh, cool. Oh shit! If I'd known that, I'd have used them. Well, I found them. Here's my 58s.
So there's no chemicals in Boveda.
Yeah, it's a certain what they do to hit different humidities is it's apparently the mix of different salts is what I read up on. So again, I'm no chemist. I don't understand this shit, but apparently it's pretty basic stuff. Certain saline solutions will balance things out, and so it's a different mix of salts to hit different shit.
Yeah.
That's what I read, but we should cut one open and see what's in there, man.
Science. Let's do it. I have a couple of them here. Let's. I have a dry 69. Nice. Never good. Never a good thing. I don't know if I have a wet 69. I have a dry 62.
Moist, baby. Needs some moisture.
I don't think I have any hot moist 69s around. I have a wet 58. That'll do. All right. For a Boveda. And then all right. This is the 60. I'm gonna keep it 62. Let's cut open the Boost and a Boveda. Let's get my mouse out the way. You seen my knife, Jerry?
Yeah, I remember when you found it. That's a cool knife.
This one?
Yeah. Ooh, don't fuck with Troy. He's gonna murder that Boveda. Murder.
Which one should I do first?
Which one's the hard one? Or are we just doing two different ones here?
No, I have the hard 69 right here.
Okay, let's do the hard one last. We'll see what it turns into. Let's do the Boost first.
Okay, do the Boost first.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What the fuck going on here? Get it, Troy. Oh, you might need to put it. There you go. Oh, that thing cuts it good. And this was moist. Yes.
I actually didn't cut it all that good.
Was it moist?
No, it left some goo on my blade.
Is it from the packaging?
Yeah, there's some goo in there.
You haven't broke through yet?
No, I did. It's
okay. There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So it's like some kind of looks like a gel.
Yeah. It's KY jelly.
Yeah, man.
It tastes terrible.
Oh, far out. You're doing that?
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so someone told me that it was like blue and weird, but that doesn't look.
No, that's not. That's just clear like a gelatin. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Smack it all around. Wiggle and jiggle. Wiggly, wiggly, jiggly, jiggly, doog, 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 doog.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. All right. So and it doesn't taste like a saline solution.
I'm not tasting that shit there.
Why not, man? It's probably just salty water.
Yeah, I'm not tasting that shit.
I'll do it. Come on, Troy. Right. Just taste it. Just a little bit. Just do a little.
I'll cut open the 69 next.
Wait, let's see the wet one first. I want to see the moist.
What?
I
Okay.
want to see the
this
moist one. I want to see the moist one.
Okay.
Here we go. First, you cut open from the middle.
Oh, this one's. Oh, this one's the same.
Same stuff, man. It's the same stuff.
Ooh. This one's more liquidy. This one actually feels like KY jelly. It's so slippery.
What did the other one feel like? Did it feel the same?
The other one was more sticky on the.
What does it smell like?
It doesn't smell.
Does it feel like just watery?
Yeah, it doesn't leave any film.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I probably shouldn't do that, but
No, you probably should. It's like I said, I think it's just salts. A little bit of salts and moisture.
Right, but it says on the package like don't open. Well, it definitely leaves something.
You gonna lick them fingers? You gonna lick them?
I'm not gonna lick the fingers.
Come on, man.
I can't wait to cut open this hot hard 69.
Yeah, you've been waiting on this one for a while.
My knife is dull as fuck. Need to go see Ike.
Does it feel different when you cut it?
Yeah, it feels hard.
Oh, see there. Now that looks like salt. Almost no focus yet. Get that focus. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks like salt, doesn't it? It's crystallized.
Cocaine looks like salt too.
Right. It's crystallized. What does it smell like? Anything?
It's a powder.
Yeah.
Let's snort it. See what it smells like.
What's it taste like?
I know what you're wanting. You want this to become the Jerry Show.
Everybody in the chat, don't you want to know what it tastes like?
You're just trying to kill
me. They all
me.
want you to taste it, Troy. They all want you to taste it.
I ain't doing that shit. Fucking crazies.
You don't have to like eat it. Just give it a quick little.
Nope. Ain't gonna happen.
Ain't
gonna happen, Fred. Look at me when I'm talking to you. I ain't tasting this shit.
I can't imagine that it would be harmful.
Well, I can. I have better imagination than you, I guess.
That's funny, man. Right? You want to do another dab?
I want to wash my hands, honestly. I'm going to use this alcohol.
All right. Then you want to do a dab?
Yeah.
Let's do a dab.
Actually,
how you guys?
Yeah, should we do a dab? How many likes are we at?
I have no idea.
Do we have 169 likes?
Let's go take a peek. Probably not. Doubt there's that many.
Just grab my knife as a mouse.
There could have been because there's enough people watching for that shit. There's where is it? 130 likes. So
138.
137 on my in Florida. It's 143 right now.
Let's get it to 169 real quick, and I'll load a dab.
All right, I'll prepare one as well, and you guys load them up too. Click like and pack a dab.
I put a link to the Boveda packs, as well as Raw makes a hydration stone. I don't have it, but the one I have is a Doob Stone, which is a Canadian. It's a Canadian offering. So if you're in Canadian, you can get the Doob Stone.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool little device. And what I'm doing with the Doob Stone, by the way, so I soak the Doob Stone in distilled water for 20 minutes, and then I put it in this jar with like 2 little nugs. And these nugs were bone fucking dry from my cured in open air selection. And now these nugs are, I was gonna say bone fucking wet, which I guess still is the opposite of bone fucking dry.
Use the word moist in there somewhere, man.
Right. Well, moist is not enough. Like I believe these nugs are. Yeah, they're soft and spongy, like just to the touch again. like so spongy and moist that they'll like get stuck in a grinder, you know, like really force you to chew on it in the grinder. So
make it work.
we're gonna do some experimenting. We're gonna vape some really moist nugs and some really dry nugs and some nugs that are in between, all from the same strain, in a couple different devices, I think, so we can see if we notice any obvious differences. I mean, obviously, we're only testing some nugs that are currently at this moisture level and not nugs that have been stored at this moisture level. And our tests are purely subjective. So, true that.
Cool.
And we're at 163. Can we get 3 more likes before I spark this?
Tico Bro says, could we say moisture laden? I like that.
Moisture laden. That's a nice ML. I have a cousin named ML. 165. We need 4 more. I'm gonna do it. I trust you guys. I trust you. I'm just gonna spark it. Spark it up. Brings a whole new meaning to the Rio.
True that.
170. I knew you guys would do it. I'm in. Cheers. That's yummy. That's the yum. It's the yum.
Oh. I love these low temp hits on this motherfucker. That's good. Cheers, guys. You digging this in the chat? Ain't that right, Mayhew? Real change the way you do them dabs.
Stash Products put out a Pride Month Rainbow Connectar.
Yes. Did you get it?
I did. I'm gonna do a live stream with it on my YouTube channel here in a couple days.
Is it right here? I've got it set up on the long way.
Dude, cool. That's badass. Let me see the thing full screen, Jamie.
Pretty cool. I put the old coil on it just to, because I put a dab on this when I broke it, or when I broke the other one. So anyhow, it works well with this one too. Which do you have a preference as to which coil?
What do you mean, which coil?
This is the old ceramic coil here, and the new one is I believe it's Canthal or something.
Oh, I haven't tried the new one. I've only experienced the oldie.
Yeah, here's the. Oh shit! Let me just pull this out.
Please do. Yeah, let me sneak in here for a minute. That way, my lips can be seen moving on the screen. Wow!
Is that light on? Okay, cool. So this is the original coil right here, with the kind of ceramic, almost like a splattered ceramic formed kind of thing, you know, with the coil inside. Damn, I'm trying
splattered ceramic. What the fuck? Wrong side.
You hit it like that.
Hit it like that.
Here's your connector.
And hit it like that.
You load it right here. But this is the new coil, and it's an actual coil sticking out, like a. Looks like those Canthal, yeah, one of those twisted wire Canthal things. Is that what they call them?
Yeah. Oh, so it's vertical like that.
Yeah, you still load it the same, but there's no more ceramic. It's just a coil that goes into this thing. Pretty interesting. Hits pretty well. Hits harder and faster. This is a slower warm up. So yeah, I'm playing around with that. But yeah, it's dope looking, man. And you know, you can do it the other way too. Like the Connectar, basically you can put any battery you want on it. This is really the heart of the Connectar, and it's just it's easy to reverse. Let me see here if I can unscrew this. It probably won't now that I told you I could do it really easily, but let's see if I can get that on. I don't know how. Well, anyhow, it comes the other way, and I reversed it, but I'm gonna have to work to get that sucker off right now.
Yeah,
But
I know.
you can switch it and have it like this, and the coil's on top, and they've it like that. So anyhow, there you go. Pretty cool.
Thanks,
though. I
Jerry.
dig it. It's nice looking.
Nice. Thanks for showing it off.
Yeah, baby. Pride, baby. Pride.
I'm gonna do a stream with it, or bust it out in a stream next week. Hey, what the? Oh, that's why it defaults to you, because it was you were there. Okay.
I was there.
The Connectar. The Connectar is what it's called.
Yes, sir.
Connectar. I forget. Is it AR or AOR?
AR, like nectar.
Yes, like nectar.
Connectar.
Connectar.
So
Jerry,
do
go ahead.
So okay, well, I was just gonna say, do you have a favorite yet? RH for vaping your weed,
I do.
and I've got 2 to play with tonight, but it'll be the first time I've done any side by side. So, but I'm curious as to what you've already been down that road, right? You've done the test.
I do. I've experimented a bunch of times, multiple times. Sometimes, I'll find a strain that like maybe doesn't taste good at 62. Like I'll buy some weed or even grow some weed, and I don't like the taste of it, and I'll be like, well, maybe it tastes better at 69, or maybe it tastes better at 52, 58. Maybe I've done shit like that. Sometimes weed just smokes better than it vapes.
Okay, so do you have a moisture you prefer?
Yeah, 62 is what I like. I like
All right.
62.
Well, cool. I'm loaded with those.
For a while I was keeping things at 69, but I found that it was just too gummy in the grinder, and I like the taste better at 62.
At 62. You just liked having it at 69. You thought that was pretty fucking cool, right?
I thought it was pretty funny as well. Yeah, and I kind of wanted to like the 69 for irrational reasons. I'll be 100% clear there.
Yeah.
But objectively speaking, I recognize that 62 performed better for my cannabis. And
on the lower side, you don't prefer that? You still like it? You don't like to go down to 58 or anything like that?
62 is where I like it.
Right.
It remains like a soft, silky, but still chunkable feel. I really like that zone. 58 is fine, but 62 feels better to me.
All right.
And tastes better.
Well, let's vape some, man.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with? You want to start with that 62?
I want to start with my super moist nug, because I think that's I guess I should start with the super dry, because I have a nug that's been air drying at like 42% or whatever it is right here.
All right, and I'll start with this one that's my driest that I told you about already.
Okay.
And what are you going to use?
I'm gonna use Dynavap Omni. Shout out Dynavap, one of our proud sponsors.
This is way drier. This is the driest weed in my house. You're right, bro.
Yeah,
dude, that's gorgeous.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it with the rosium cap.
Can you focus?
Can you blow me up there, Jamie?
Yeah, let me see what I got to do here.
Is it not focusing? Bam.
There you go. Ooh, yummy.
Looks great with that rosium.
Oh, that's gorgeous with that rosium, man.
Right? And it has like a little green on the end of the...
Sweet.
If you're new and not familiar with the Dynavap is a very small thermal extraction device, microdosing size, where you can pack like 0.08, 0.05, 0.1, 0.12 at the max, 0.15 at the max if you're really cramming in there fucking tight. But you can heat it with a torch, heat it with an induction heater, and it's a wonderful smoking apparatus. I got
that totally. That was well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Carrots will put the The shit at the bottom, don't worry about it. That's what I'm talking about. Mine's dry as fuck. I'm gonna load it straight in like a nugget, and I'm gonna do it on my MVS. I love this thing, man. This thing is doobie doobie. You guys have seen
that's
that,
a beautiful MVS.
Yeah,
And
man.
since Austin is a sponsor as well, you should show off that MVS and give them a little 30-second product blowjob.
It's yummy. I keep mine on the wide open turbulent carb right there. And I've got it paired with a 2020 tip. I like this thing, man. I think it looks dope with it. It gives a little something out here because these are so sleek. I like that little texture. And then I'm just gonna go straight in with the nug and rip it off as intended here. Just kind of ream that fucker in. It's messy, but I don't care. It's my lounge. We can get messy with the herb in here, man. I want to get messy with it. I want to get messy with the herbs. So yeah, we're gonna roll about like that. Find my cap. I like the captive cap, but this particular regular cap fits this one perfectly, so I roll with it. It's kind of funny, man. And then yeah, I'm going into the old Apollo 2 induction heater, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
And I want to go ahead, load up. This is my nug of super dry. This is a blueberry kush that's been cured and air dried, put into my emerald colored brilliant cut grinder. Watch this.
Nice.
This 3-piece grinder. Take that nug and just
boink. No, you didn't feel anything. That's all it took.
Gotta love the brilliant cut. The 3-piece threadless grinder.
Look at that.
Makes quick work and grinds effortlessly. This is the medium plate, and there's the grind consistency.
I usually only have to open the lid once. You know, I'll twist it and then open it up once. And there's a little bit in, and then I close it and twist it again, and that's all it ever takes. I don't have to keep doing that over and over again. It's just one and done. I love it. Doesn't matter how much I put in there. It just falls through. Fucking falls through.
Brilliant Cut's available in like 11 colors. Grindersforlife.com. Look at me while I'm talking to you.
A lot of fucking colors, man. A lot of fucking colors.
Right? And 2 different sizes. They're available in a larger size, which I don't know where my large went.
You can customize all that shit, too.
Customize. All right, Jerry. I'm going to pack my Omni. Look at that. My Omni matches my grinder.
Oh, I love it. Oh, by the way, while you're showing the Dynavap and while we were talking about Dynavap, I wanted to mention Troy and Jerry, the code for 10% off. That's still there. Like you shop at Dynavap, use that code and get 10% off at Dynavap and at Stash at their sites.
That's right. That's right.
So take advantage of that, man. I know you're going to get a Rio. I know you're going to get a Vap Cap. So save some money when you do. 42%, man. That's what I'm about to vape as a nugget in my MVS. Yeehaw. That little fucker broke apart and dusty. Like that's noticeably drier. And I haven't had herb that dry here in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed the same. Even with the grind consistency, it looked pretty powdery. But that means that it's more densely packed more easily in my Dynavap, so I should be able to get a really thick rip.
Right on.
If I can do it.
That Rosium's
1, 2.
Yeah, man. I saw it coming out when you pulled it in. You're gonna get a good one. Oh, I got nice and tasty on that. Oh. That's a crazy first fat rip, man.
Delicious.
Yeah, very delicious. I don't have any complaints about this yet. I can roll with this.
It's actually my first time tasting the newly cured blueberry kush in the Dynavap.
I don't know.
This is so. Remember how I grew the blueberry kush last time, and then I cloned it while it was flowering, and then kept those clones, and now then I flowered them, so I grew the same genetics again.
Yep.
The second time I grew it, I did better. The plants did better. I didn't fuck them up.
Oh no shit.
And they thrived more, and they produced more, and the nugs got way bigger and different shaped. So, and it also tastes a little different. Like it has more blueberry, more blue, less cheese.
You didn't do anything different?
I mean, I made less mistakes.
Okay. Well, that's great, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting better all the time. I love it. I can't wait to put the moist one in here and see what that's like, just to back it. I always love doing these kind of things.
That's what she said.
Put the moist one in. Back to back.
That's enjoyable. That's very enjoyable.
Right. Oh, I haven't been on a drive in a while. I haven't hit this as much the last couple of weeks, man. I miss it. Fuck, man. I love hitting these things.
I wanna vape another dry bowl on the V Rod, since that's what's in my grinder right now.
Yeah.
I ground up that. And holy shit. Plus, I want to have multiple points of comparison, because I've been vaping blueberry kush, but moist blueberry kush.
Is that how it was? Is that what it was?
It was moist.
Moist kush. Nice. I'm gonna go straight to my moist nug after this, because you don't have to grind, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just gonna go back, side by side, or whatever. Cereal.
I like cereal. I like cereal.
What kind of cereal did you eat as a kid?
Yes.
All of them? Right on.
I ate several. Like I never had, to this day, when I walk through the cereal aisle, I probably pace 3 or 4 times, like looking at different, do I want this one? Do I want this one?
So which ones, man? Which ones call you? Is it just a few?
I buy like Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Honeycomb. I buy Honey Bunches of Oats. I buy Frosted Flakes. I buy Raisin Bran Crunch. I buy the fucking peanut butter, Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs. Fuck, Jerry. Fuck. Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs with banana milk. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking.
That's awesome. I like banana milk. I had it once. It's pretty good.
Banana milk is so good. With Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs. So good. I buy them, the Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs, and they don't last at my house. I will eat all of them in like a day. It's ridiculous.
I love that, man.
I get in trouble twice when I buy that, because like my wife will scold me for buying it, and then my wife will scold me for eating it all before she could try it. Whoa,
that's awesome. So before and after you eat it all, you're there getting it both ends.
My kid will be disappointed in me for eating it all before she got to eat it.
I've done enough of that one.
I've made a lot of trips to the grocery store at 6 a.m. Like I've stayed up all night because I ate cereal at 2 a.m. and then realized that I finished the milk, and I'm like, oh shit! If my kid wakes up for school and wants cereal,
that's funny.
then she's gonna be pissed off at me because there's no milk. So I'll stay awake until 6 when the grocery store opens. Go buy milk and then go to bed at 6:30. And then she didn't even eat cereal.
Oh wow, that's funny.
But it's all good. It's all good.
Dude, I've been there. I don't remember what it was with, but no, I just went out the next day and got it. But early. I would get up early and get it. But that's interesting, man. When I was a kid, I like cereal, but I don't know why, but my parents always had me, depending on where I was, something like Product 19 or Total. I ate a lot of Total as a kid. Total were raisins. All those fucking healthy ones that are like, good for you. And I just learned to like those fuckers. I didn't like them at first. It's kind of like, I don't know. And then after you eat that for a week, it's kind of like, okay, I can find the taste. And after a while, you kind of like get used to it. And so I got used to those kind of fucking cereals to the point where the ones that you like are way too sweet for me. So, or even then were way too sweet for me. So if I eat a cereal, I'm like, I would grab a handful of those and just kind of, I'd probably have a few, but I probably wouldn't eat a bowl of it. I would miss
bowl
it.
Of cereal.
Yeah. Even those ones that I mentioned that are healthy for you, I'm not convinced they are. They probably got some shit in them that's ain't good. You know what I mean?
Your cereal references made me very sad, Jerry.
Yeah, I guess I didn't have all those Fruity Pebbles and shit as a kid. I don't know. I guess I don't know if it wasn't an option or I didn't want them. I mean, now of course I don't. So it's hard for me to go back then, and I don't remember a longing for them back then. So who the fuck knows? You know what I mean?
Dude, Fruity Pebbles. I will fuck up some Fruity Pebbles. The dispensary I used to go to when I first started like buying weed in California,
yeah,
sold these medicated Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats, and they were like 2.5 inches tall and like 3 inches wide. And they would say that there were like 6 doses or some shit like that. Holy shit, those things would foobar me so hard. Remember the first time I ate like a third of one, and I sat there on the couch, and like 2 hours or 3 hours later, like I finally started like able to move my hands and arms again, and I was so hungry. Like my stomach was like eating other organs. Like I was like, oh, shit, I need more food. Oh my god, a Rice Krispie treat. Yeah, and I fucking smashed that shit.
You went at it. I love it.
Finished the other 2/3. That was an amazing night. I had a similar night this week. After the One More Bowl show on Wednesday night.
What happened?
Holy balls! I ate a bagel. And I buttered it with my homemade can of butter. And holy shit, I was high the next day when I woke up.
Wow.
At noon.
How much did you put on?
Probably 2 tablespoons worth.
So this is some potent shit you made.
Yeah, maybe I'll make some Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treats with it for Vegas.
Okay, I would try that. You break that out, I'll have a corner. Sounds good, man.
A corner or a corner?
A corner.
Someone to haul the dead people away?
No, not a corner. A corner. That's awesome. Now I get you. I was like, you just said corner twice. What the fuck?
Yeah. You like the edge pieces? The corner?
No, I just don't want much. I probably want a bite. So if I just get a corner, I'm good.
Oh, that's what you're saying. You're not gonna do the 500 milligram thing that I did in Vegas.
Actually, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. I probably should do that. I would like that.
It was pretty fun. The next morning wasn't very fun, but that was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Waking up and the next day.
How bad was it? When did you wake up?
It was a combination of going to bed at like 6 a.m. and then waking up at like 2.
In the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when the housekeeping people were like pounding at the door.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. That's funny. It's fucking funny, man. I love it. I can see you doing that too. That's what I wondered, because I remember it in Vegas. One of those last days, you were getting later, but I don't think it was from that.
At that Dynavap party, it was when I did the 505, the 505 milligrams.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 505, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I remember that well.
That was ridiculous. That was.
You were funny.
I felt funny. That's for sure.
I think you said you were paranoid. You felt paranoid too. So.
I did have, but I was able to hone in on it to some degree. Yeah. You know, like to the point of like, I knew my handler, the person that was carrying my bag, was gonna leave my fucking bag on that bench when she set it down. Like when she set it down, I'm like my senses went off, and like I watched and watched. I'm like, and I knew like she's gonna fucking walk away from my bag, and she did, and I was able to pick up my bag, you know, like I was on my shit.
You were on it, man. I love it.
I was high as balls. Couldn't get food from the big communal plate to my own plate, but I could eat it from my own plate to my mouth, you know.
Right.
I just couldn't.
That was so funny, man. The communal thing was fun too. That's some good shit.
That meatball was
that fucking meatball. There was something about it too.
Worth not being vegan for, wasn't it?
Because that was worth going off road for.
Right. I forget what it had in it. It was like goat cheese, Wagyu meatball.
It was so amazing. I don't know.
Yeah,
my kids know, like if they have something that's kind of off road for me, and they go, "Yo, this is good. You should try it." And I go, "Is it worth it for me?" You know, and then they think about it further to go, "Oh yeah, this dude does this about once a week. Should this be the one?" You know what I mean? Like, so when they come to me and go, "Yeah," then I go, "Okay," and then I'm on it. And that meatball was worth one in a few months, man. That thing was fucking amazing. Fucking meatball, man. Jesus.
Kenny is confirmed openly by Moisture.
By Moisture, meaning 58 or 62.
Amanda leaves and comes back, and she brought the moisture.
Yeah, that's sorry.
I'm gonna finish this.
I'm vaping my moist weed.
Oh, you moved on to the moist. So this is my third hit on the dry, and this is what I get. I get 3 hits on the moist, and I kind of wanted to see if it would get 3 hits on the dry as well. And I don't think it's vaping any faster than the moist weed.
So far, I think I like the moist, but at the same time, it's hard to tell because it's the second bowl on a vap cap, and that usually feels a little rougher than the first for me because I go far on the temp range. So it'd be hard for me to really know, but this is worth trying a few times.
Yeah. Should break out the Mighty. The Mighty might be a good one because it has like the consistent convection.
Yeah, you keep it consistent. That's a good point. Because I'll be erratic with how long I'll leave it in past the click on this.
Yeah.
That's the turbulent airport noise for you there.
Excuse me.
I was giving him a full throttle turbulent airport close to the mic sound bite.
Oh. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's fun for me too.
Okay, I'm gonna bust out my really moist nugs now.
And you're going to start with the Omni and then move to the pot.
What?
You're going to try it in the Omni in the pot?
Pot? Yes, pot.
Oh, I threw you with that one. That's funny.
The B-Rod. Yeah, I'm gonna. Man,
Yeah.
this smells so good. It
Yeah.
smells. It has so much more smell to it when it's moist.
This is your super moist, right? This is the wet stone. You don't even know how moist.
Yeah, this is like spongy moist because it was
nice.
like in the wetness.
Right on.
You know, it's probably too moist. It's probably like 70%. You know, it probably mold if I leave it in there.
Time
But
to use
it's
it.
actually bringing out new smells. I smell
Already?
some lemon. I guess I smell some lemons out of it where I don't usually smell any lemon.
You haven't even opened the grinder. You already smell it?
Yeah, interesting as fuck. That's pretty fucking neat.
Do you have a heightened sense of taste and smell compared to normal
I think
averages?
on some things I do. Yeah, like a super taster. Like there was a super taster test years ago that I did, and it said that I was a super taster. But there are things that I'm not sensitive to that other people are. So it's not like a purely the palate thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just I love listening to you describe the taste of some of your hits because I don't make many of those distinctions. Like, I mean, if I really focus, I can pick up some things, but you seem to pick up a depth of differentiation that is not there for me. Like, I might say sweet, and you go root beer. You know what I mean? Or, you have a much more wonk. Oh yeah, this kind of sweet kind of a thing with it. Yeah, I love listening to you talk about that. It makes me wonder what I'm missing or what I'm just not paying attention to. Like I need to be a little more mindful and see what I notice,
I used to do a lot of like reverse engineering of the recipes and things.
No shit, just by taste.
It's taste and smell.
That's cool.
In fact, the Weber Grill restaurant in Chicago, I'm pretty sure they still have it on their menu as an appetizer. It's like a steak on a stick type of thing. And they serve it with this amazing sauce. It's an Asian teriyaki, but it's not teriyaki. It's not like just a straight up teriyaki.
Yeah.
But it's kind of teriyaki-ish and kind of not. Fell in love with it and spent like, I don't know, like 2 years, 3 years of not daily or weekly cooking, but a couple times a month I would buy a beef tenderloin and cut it into strips and figure out ways to make this steak on a stick and making different sauces with soy sauce and hoisin sauce and teriyaki and yada yada, and got pretty close, I think. And then I went
That's
to
cool.
I went to my wife's barbecue with her friends, and some dude served chicken like on a stick, like barbecue chicken, and it tasted so much like the Weber Grill's steak on a stick. I was like, holy shit, this is spot, like this is what I've been looking for. What the fuck is it? Like, what did you do, man? Like, you got to tell me. And he's like, oh, it's this store-bought Filipino marinade, and then I brushed it with hoisin sauce after it's grilled. And it's like, oh shit,
Wow.
so simple.
Fantastic. I love it, man. That's cool. So you do have that heightened sense of taste-a-rooney. All right.
I
All right,
try.
cool. I'm going to start paying a little more attention. So, and I got to vape a couple more bowls of this to really figure it out. Although right now my tongue's had enough. We've been going at it all night with all kinds of shit, and I was pretty liberal with it earlier too. I hit some bags earlier in the evening.
Were they moist bags?
A couple of dabs. No. I put those fuckers in straight to 446 and give them the grease right from the get-go. So, I mean, maybe it's not they're dry; it's just they're hot from the beginning. But that means you get all the goodies in there from the beginning. So they're pretty nice bags. I like doing that sometimes, just getting a bag on high from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, I like how you feel already.
All right, I can feel some differences, and I don't know. So remember here, correlation does not equal causation.
Right.
So the moist nug had a much more smooth vapor compared to the really dry one. Like the where you can feel it on like the cusp of like the back of your tongue where it goes down into your throat, like right there on the long hit. It was smoother. The moist nug was smoother, and it felt more fulfilling on the exhale. Like I actually felt a difference in the vapor on the exhale compared to the dry nug. And I think the taste was better on the dry on the moist nug, but the dry nug had a brighter, sharper initial terpene taste. But I still think the moist nug had a better overall taste and vapor graph.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. Right on. I just go, that was tasty and comfortable.
It was delicious.
Like I don't get the citrusy shit that a lot of people get from these things. Like I'll buy citrus fucking stuff and not get any citrus in my palate. So I don't know. Drives me nuts. So there. Well, I finished that bowl. That was decent. I'm used to the moist one, so now I'm going to go back to the dry one after the moist one and see what happens. But I'm used to the moist, so I think I like that. But it might not have been better. I don't know. That's why we're doing this shit, right? What's happening in El Chat out there, man?
I want to know the chat. What is going on in the chat? Let's bring up the chat. I want to know what the chat. Oh, I got 2 chats popped up. My bad. Here we go. Chat. Oh, it's moist in here, Jerry.
Yes.
Look at all the they're still talking about the moists. I want to know.
It's soaked. It's funny, man.
I want to know in the chat what you keep your weed at. Like, what's your story on the RH levels?
I used to like it dry because I felt like I got more vapor, or maybe it extracted a little quicker, but it's been a long time. Like I don't know. Maybe I liked it because it grinded up finer, and then you got a fuller hit. You know, like with a finer grind. It was easier to get a fine grind. That's what it was. When it was really dry, I could get that powdery shit, and you get that stupid fucking first couple of hits, and you're done. You know, to fully extract it. So I do remember that, but I wasn't in control really. It would get too that way too quickly or inconsistently. So.
Charlie, leaving your weed out to dry, killing me. Lots of 62s. 420%. Nice. That's.
There you go. Mark Singer. There you go.
Sorry, Lux.
Flare at 61.97. I like that. Fuck 62. You guys are nuts. 61.97. The RH is way off, man. All right, let me get this dry one in here. Let's see what's going on. I need to drink something, man. My throat needs some help, man. Needs some help. Hey, I didn't. We still got some storage stuff to show, don't we?
Do we? You asked me about my jars. I showed my jars.
Did you? Oh, yeah. I've got some stuff here. I'll show you. First, let me pack this motherfucker.
It's all good, Charlie. I'm just fucking with you. Rituals are there for a reason, man. If they make you happy, they make you happy. I want to show off something different. I want to. Where to go? Over to my Insta Slam. So I asked on Instagram as well, Jerry, about it. So 62 from Pho Vapor. Rambo Gross is 62. Orange peels work best to rehydrate. There you go. Boost lasts longer, in my experience. Thanks, Monk. Appreciate it. 2 humid down here. Don't need them. Okay, that's cool. 58 from T-Dog.
Right on.
Fucking mouse overs. 62. Stopped using them because after 2 or 3 months of storing, my buds were completely terpless. I've heard a few people talk about this, about how these packs can potentially steal terpenes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Boveda. Boost 62. There's another boost. Doesn't 55 boost right now. And what's he saying here? And unhappy with the results compared to the 62 Boveda. I agree with Pigeon Farm Boy. I agree. Loss of flavor. Okay, it sucks. Boveda 69. Hate them both. Way to go, Fred. Darkin called him out. Asked him. And he said it's a terpene killer. I think. I think terpenes are decaying on their own anyway. Like they go away, so it's hard to determine correlation versus causation when you don't do side by side comparison. Like if you do a side by side comparison, if you have like two jars and you have the same weed and you put one with a Boveda and one without, and you come back a month later and the jar with the Boveda is terpless and the jar without the Boveda is rich and terpeneful, then you can say, holy shit, look at this. The fucking Boveda stripped out my terpenes. But when you put weed in a jar and it has terpenes and you also put a Boveda in there, coming back a month later and being like, oh, my weed doesn't have any terpenes. It's the fucking Boveda. That's actually not a logical connection. I mean, it may be, but those terpenes go away anyway, like just from storing your cannabis. Like your cannabis is oxidizing. We went over this. Like, there's no way to make your cannabis last forever. Damn. It's going to lose terpenes. And also, don't freeze your weed either, Jerry. Unless you want all the trichomes to fall off.
Oh.
When you make hash, you freeze your weed. Mm-hmm. That way all the trichome heads just fall off and make a nice clean hash. But if you're looking to have a good vape in a year from now, don't put those nugs in the freezer. Don't do it.
I just threw water on myself, man.
I'm going to hit these moist nugs with my Omni and
sweet.
See if it has a similar difference.
I just got pretty moist. I just spilled water on myself. So.
Yeah. Did you milk yourself?
Yeah. All right. Well, you vape that. I'm going to show these storage things that I like so far and which ones I don't. Here's here. Let me put this up here. What is it? This thing, and then do that. Okay, sweet. So this was something that I got from 420 Science. It's pretty cool. It's a glass jar with a just simple seal lid on it. This thing is glass. It's dark and it seals well enough. I mean, every time I went in there, it was the same with the pack and some buds. So I have a few of these. I've been pretty happy with them. Yeah, I have enough of them to number them so I can keep track of what was in them. And then These things from Restash are pretty cool. These are actually mason jars, but with a different. This is made. I think this is made of hemp. He's been doing this a while, and then it's just a mason jar, and then the mason jar has this kind of protective silicone shield on it. The idea is that he got it done in at least some states. I'm not sure. I have to check in and see how many, but that you could take this into a dispensary in certain states and it was licensed as a good container. So you could go in, have them fill it and leave with it and not have to worry about their packaging and stuff. So I don't think that was done in many places, but I haven't checked. It's been a long time. But these are really cool. I like them. And I do, it's a mason jar that's got some protection on it for me. So I like that.
Do you have any sea vaults?
Yeah, I do. I have that coming up here. Got some jars. This is my big one. The big one.
That is a big one. Does that hold an ounce?
I don't know.
Half ounce?
I'll have to find out. I'll have to weigh it when yeah, I should take it out and weigh it at some point. I don't know what it holds. It's a good question though.
I have a couple of the smaller ones of those, like the size right here.
Yeah, those are cool, man. You get on my Gator Way too, because it doesn't work. Oh, here's the Sea Vault you wanted to see. Yeah, Sea Vault. These are cool. What do you think of the metal? Do you care what material is on your herb when you store it? Do you want it to be in glass or plastic bags, or what do you want? What do you want to hold your goodies?
Well, I like glass, honestly. I did a big cure. I cured a bunch of herb in a turkey bag from a previous grow.
And you like that worked out?
Well, here's the thing. I did a side by side with the exact same batch. I did a bunch of it in the turkey bag, and then I transferred a bunch to a mason jar for the cure. And the difference is noticeable. The mason jar is considerably better.
No shit. Okay. Yeah. So, is that would be more related to the glass or the
I think terpene, the turkey bag, the plastic. I don't know if it strips terpenes or I don't know what happened or what the reasoning is. But they got the same treatment. They got the same burping. They got stored in the same environment, except one was in glass, one was in plastic. And I tested it with Brian, with TerpTech Brian, and Old Head Brian, and yeah, he felt like I didn't tell him what I thought. Like I just said, hey, taste these two gelatos, like vape one and then vape the other, and let me see what you think.
You like the moist better, or the glass?
Yeah,
that was the glass. Actually, every one of mine is glass. It's either mason jar, that black jar. The jars have a glass lining. All of my stuff is in glass one way or another right now, unless they're in the tight vacs. This is the only thing I use other that's not glass. I think regularly.
Yeah,
I like the tight vacs. They're cheap. They're easy. They work really well. And I've had things last longer in that than my. Oh, let me show you the Canador that I have here.
Are those tight vacs pretty airtight? Like they're.
Dude, I'm telling here. Okay, look, they're cheap and they're plastic, right? These things, right here. But I like them, and here's when I started to really like them. When I started to question using this beautiful Canador that I got, and when I got this thing, I was super excited. I'm like, oh yes, finally I can give my herbs a nice little place, and be super dope and going. All that. And, you got this little thing that you add water to, and it's not stabilizing. It just adds moisture. This would read the humidity and Bluetooth it to my phone in an app so that I wouldn't have to open it to check it and mess up all the fucking humidity if it was perfect, The jars down here have little things that you could, kind of open up more or less to kind of govern it. And at the end of the day, I didn't dig it because I would put different strains in here, and after a couple of weeks, I felt like they kind of tasted the same. And it took me months and several runs of this to go, yeah, I'm really convinced they start to taste the same, and they don't have as much taste. Like I would put distinctive different ones in here. I got pissed off. So I stopped using it because then I went straight to Tyfix. I said, okay, fine. Let's put this shit in the cheapest thing I got, which is the stuff that Planet Vapes gives away. I said, let's put it in there. And I put them in there, and it fucking smelled great every time I opened it. And I was like, motherfucker, what's wrong with this thing? So I really wanted that thing to fucking work because I would love to use that as my storage device all the time. But I don't use it to control the humidity. If I do it, it was an unfortunate fail for me in that respect, man. I was really bummed about that.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
I really wanted to love that thing. Maybe they've improved them. This is old shit, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's something about the concept that just doesn't quite cross over.
Yeah, it's a cool concept on paper. It probably works great for cigars, where all those tobacco flavors can mingle. But for cannabis, all those terpenes French kissing each other like that, just like it'd be like storing them in the same jar.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Like I one time this dude gave me weed from his stash, and there was 2 different strains, and like I thought, yeah, no, I can tell them apart, no problem. One smells like lemon, one smells like berry or whatever. You fucking put them both in the same jar, take them out after a couple hours, they remarkably smell the same.
I did have a jar of herb that had probably 6 to 8 different nuggets in it that somebody had and given to me. And I thought I could notice maybe 2 or 3 differences. So, a lot of them blended. I was surprised. Are you getting an echo?
No, my fucking dogs are barking, and I'm worried that someone's at my door or something.
Gotcha, man.
There's a house for sale in the neighborhood, and there's all kinds of weird shit that's been happening because of it.
Yeah. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to hit this moist Dynavap bowl.
Please.
I kind of procrastinated on it because I'm not feeling very low right now, Jerry.
Right on. Me neither.
Ooh. Almost lost my cap. Almost jumped off.
Oh, shit. All right, man. Dude, the chat's going flying, man. The chat flies. That chat flies, man. Like, I'm looking at this shit live, and that chat fucking flies. The fuck is that for reals? No, yeah. I must be getting caught up. That's crazy. That was
they're moving. They're chatting. They're typing really fast.
They're moving. All right. Anyhow, back to my dry nugs. This is my dry nugs right here. I'm a little worried that I might like the dry a little better.
Why would you be worried about that? We said it was subjective, right? Like at the very beginning, we're like, this is all subjective.
Because all of my stuff is at 62 right now. All of it. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, is that bad?
62 is best for storage, but if you want to vape it at 52, just keep a couple nugs in a cracked open jar or in a paper bag or
a little staging area.
Yeah.
Like Choo Choo does. He likes his little dryer, so he does.
Exactly.
That. Your dog's barking. There's kids in your yard again.
Yeah, but there's a particular bark that my one dog does when there's like someone at the door.
Right on. He talks to you about it. I like that. Good dog.
Well, and it's kind of ridiculous. Like it's he goes from like barking to like sounding like someone's ripping off his tail. He doesn't have a tail, so it's like a painful being raped yelp. It's not a good sound. He never really did that until we got a second dog, and I don't know what happened. Like we got a second dog, and suddenly the little boy can't act tough for more than a couple barks.
It sounds like you're killing them, huh? Wow. Well, you'll know that when it happens. That's good to know. At least is with people at the door.
Yeah.
Could be worse things your dog can do. You know what I'm saying?
The other dog though, she has no problem. She's a mean bitch. She'll
tear it out.
Yeah, she's got a scary bark too. When she barks.
Oh, she's got a good growl to it, a little deep.
Yeah, big throaty woof.
Yeah, let me hear it.
I can't. You just heard it. Like the woof.
That was good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not scary or anything, but
well, I can't. I'm not gonna. What am I trying to do here, Jerry?
I want to hear your dog bark.
Oh. I'll send you an Instagram if I can get her to bark.
You don't want to do it?
No, I'm not.
We all want to hear it.
I can't do it. I can't do that shit.
You were almost there. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's all I can do though.
Okay. I think I vaped this one out. Then I'm gonna go to the moist one for one last roll.
The moist towelette.
Because so far I kind of like that. That was like when I went from the dry to the moist on the first round, I thought it was a little rougher. But like I said, it was my second bowl, so I got to remember that. But then I went back to dry, and it wasn't any rougher. Might have been even a little smoother. So let's see what's going down here. I did vape the fuck out of it. Nice. I love it when you do a nugget and you pull it out and you crumble it and you're like, that's all I wanted to see. It's all gone. You know what I mean? Like it gets all the way through. It looks pretty consistent. That's fucking dope. This vape does that well with nugs. Using a vap cap, cram some nugs in it. All right, so now this is the moist. Yeah, that's definitely the moist. We're gonna throw that in there. Again, I'm just gonna crush a nugget into the cap. And then I've got some more down here too. There we go. Oh, that fucker's hot. I must have been vaping with it. I don't like that. All right, that'll do for now. What are you hitting on, Troy? You're zoning, man. I love it.
I've been vaping on this blueberry kush, which I stopped vaping a couple days ago. So I haven't had blueberry kush for a few days, and now I've vaped like a few bowls of it in a row. It's pretty nice, Jerry. I'm gonna have some blueberry kush in Vegas for you in Vegas.
Can't wait, man. I want to beat that up.
Fuck.
I want to look like you. I want to beat that up and look like you. I want you to do to me what you do to you. How's that?
I do a lot of things to me, though. I don't know if you want all of those things. Probably would, but
I want to do whatever gets to what you're doing right now. Like I want to feel that shit. It's been a while.
Okay.
Maybe it's bigger dabs. I don't know, but I don't want the big dabs that really you hack a lung up. It looks like you're not doing that anymore. You know, you're kind of doing a lot of flour, and you know what I mean. So
yeah, I'm doing some double deckers with the B rod.
Ooh, nice. Those are great. Okay, cool. I got to break those out again. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah,
a long time.
Yeah, and I'm running at 710 on the rod.
All right, right on.
I will bring some of my butter products to Vegas as well, I guess.
Butter, please.
Yeah. I think I like to make some of these Fruity Pebble treats because I think those can store. Like you can make those and put them in the fridge and keep them for a couple weeks, right?
Is that right? Ooh.
Maybe not. I don't know.
That was a tastier first hit. I don't know if that's just because of heating or what, you know, like you said, the consistency or not, but that was good.
Nate Bunn, you gonna make it to Vegas? Bunn, if you can make it, you're in the VIP lounge access area. Hit a flat. Oh, Scooter's here. Scooter wants a flash dab. I can't do a flash dab, but my flower pot is at 710, and I'll do a double decker since we got 203 likes. High five! Nice job, everyone. Ah, my fucking shoulder. Jesus.
Yeah, go easy on that, man. Fucking, what's the name of that guy in Tampa? I forget. I should never.
The quarterback. The
fucking
Joe
kicker.
Montana.
The fucking kicker who
laces out.
Kicked a field goal and got so stoked and jumped around that he fucking blew out his knee celebrating.
That's funny.
In Tampa. You guys remember this guy? It was a while back, man. I can't remember his name.
I don't do sports.
I couldn't believe it, man. Dude like hits a field goal and blows out his knee celebrating. I was like, oh. You guys know who this is? It wasn't Finkel. It was Grammatica. Thank you. Corey Jett, you got it. Automatica, Grammatica. He was not Automatica later on, I'll tell you that. It was Martin Grammatica. Pretty sure it was Martin. Yeah, they were brothers, but this one, whew, man, I overheated that one pretty good.
What did you do, Jerry? Did you combust?
No, I didn't combust, but I fucking put some heat in it.
Put some heat into it.
I'm not going to get any more heads out of that. Let's call him Florida, man. Martin Grammatica, man. Yeah, they did the same shit, but this was the one who fucking blew out his knee. It was hilarious, man. I mean, that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. There's some things you don't want to do. You don't want to blow out your knee celebrating a good play or a victory in sports.
Yeah, you don't want to blow out your knee, and you never want to blow a tranny, unless that's what you're into.
But nice.
If that's what you're into, then have at it. But
you don't want to.
It's an expensive thing, man. Transmissions are expensive to replace, unless you like rebuilding them yourself. You know what I mean?
Dude, I got an estimate on mine, and pretty much when mine dies, the car dies. Like, that's just too much fucking money, man. Ridiculous. How much money you want for a transmission? I ain't doing it.
What did I do? Oh yeah, we're doing double deckers. Who's doing double deckers with us? We got some double deckers going on.
I don't have anything here to do that with. That's ready. You know what I mean? Huh?
What?
I'm not set up for double deckers tonight.
Double decker taco supremes.
But I will figure that out. I got my 710 coils stuff in. So I'm
nice
excited about that. I got to tweak that. Yeah.
Your deep dish. Isn't that nice?
I didn't get the pie carb cap. I thought I did, but I didn't.
What? You got to get it, dude. Seriously.
What does it look like? Does it point straight down, or what does it do? Because I've got a lot of carb caps, and I grabbed one that worked pretty well, but you're probably going to convince me otherwise.
Listen, I've had a lot of carb caps that worked pretty well, and I'm telling you, the pie carb cap is special. Like, it stays in there like it's a fucking joystick on an Xbox controller, man. Like, it doesn't want to come out.
Wow. And is the hole where your finger is?
Yeah.
So you're covering it when you do that, but you can still move it without covering it. All right.
It's tiny, and look how deep it sits in there. Like, it's
So it actually hits the side with the stem, doesn't it? Yeah. That's nice.
It's a great bubble cap, man, and it fits so many bangers like this perfectly.
Right on.
This is my preferred bubble cap. I should buy a second one because I like this one so much that, like, there has been times where I've had two people dabbing at the same time, and one person was like, "Hey, where's the bubble cap?" And I had to, like, find a second bubble cap.
Right.
And that's the red one. Where the red one's at now?
This one here.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Works good for the round bottom banger.
I like it. I've got just a cheap little one that's sort of like the pie cap, but not as precision. It's just like a, cheap one. It works pretty well with it. I got the the dishes that have the spill lip on them, the spill, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? The inserts,
Yeah.
the insert with
Yeah.
the.
Where
So I
it's like
got that.
curling.
Yeah. So I just haven't dialed in the coil yet. I gotta hook it up and get it straight. And once I do that, I'll be off to the races.
Jerry, I have a fresh bowl loaded here. Oh, my camera's gone. I was going to show you my top view cam, but my top view camera is gone.
What do you mean? Didn't we see it earlier?
What?
Yeah, we had it earlier tonight.
The top view? No,
Yeah,
I just folded this one down is what I did earlier.
oh, well, that's lame. Are you going to stack this one? You going to do a dab on it?
Yes, I am.
Be careful. Got something in there?
Yeah, a tiny little fly landed on my desk, and I trapped him with the V-rod.
You're kidding me.
And then he didn't like that, so I wiped him out with a Q-tip.
Dude, you crack me up. You just now capped him, or that was a while ago?
Just now, yeah. Like he was flying here in front of my microphone, and then he landed, and I.
Dude, you've got some thing going on there, because I remember that one point in time where we were just hanging out and you just went and you took a fly out like that. Remember that? We got it on tape somewhere, man. I was like,
Dude.
did you get it? And you go, yeah. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's got some shit skills. Get you some chopsticks.
I have an electric fly swatter for the scary ones.
What is an electric fly swatter? How does that?
It looks like a tennis racket, but it has like a fine mesh wire, and it's powered by like 4 D-cell batteries. And you push a button, and
it's electric.
The current runs through it, and anything it fucking touches gets zapped.
It's a bug zapper. Gotcha.
But it's like a mobile bug zapper. And dude, it's amazing. One time I hit a moth, like this moth was flying, and I hit it, and it zapped this fucking moth so hard that its wings caught on fire. It was like like dropping, and it was like on fire.
Wow.
It was badass. Wow. The only thing that could make it better is if it had its own theme music. Like zzz.
So you could really fuck some shit up with that. You can set some shit on fire with that thing.
Yeah, man. When angry bees come around, that thing is handy. You get a wasp in the garage.
I'm surprised they sell those things, man. Like,
Cheers, bro.
It seems like the kind of thing that somebody would really fuck up. Oh, I could have done my dab while you do that. I'm gonna do a dab with you. A little late, but I'm gonna do it. Oh shit! Did I still have some in there? I'm gonna add some more. Oh my god, man! We should probably do a dab, and then I think we covered everything, man. We kind of wrap it up.
Holy shit! Fuck, Jerry! Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Oh,
that's good.
Whoa! I'm on a tilt-a-world. For real, I feel like I'm on like a scrambler or one of those like carnival rides that like whips you back and forth and around and round and.
Yeah. I don't like those.
And the carny cranks it up to a higher speed and keeps you on there a little longer because someone else on the ride probably has boobs. And he's a pervert.
Or he just wants to watch you puke. That's funny. It's always the boobs. All right. I'm going to drop another one in here. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good one, too.
Oh, muchos.
You having fun?
G-damn. G-damn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mint and rosemary roasted lamb.
Cheers.
Oh. Cheers. Oh.
Oh, yeah. They're just like in a puddle. Just balls in a puddle.
Balls in a puddle.
Heavy moisture in that bowl right there. Moist.
Gotta get it moist.
Those are some moist balls. They're just rolling around in the moist. You ready for some heat? I'm gonna dry that out a little bit.
Oh shit.
You're contemplating, man. That was a good hit.
Yeah, man, that one like knocked me sober. Like I am razor focused and like, hey Jerry, ready to start the show? Happy Friday.
You vaped out of it, man. I've been there. You broke
How you
through.
doing, man? You have a good week?
Yeah, it was real good, man. I feel real good right now. That was a good session.
Was it?
This is getting me closer to where you were before you broke through.
What do you mean was a good session? We're just starting the show. It's 6 o'clock, Jerry. It's 8:20. It's 4:20. It's coffee's 4:20.
Is it? Okay.
It is.
I'm
Load a fresh bowl.
I'm gonna keep finishing off this one.
Load a fresh bowl for coffee.
Troy's back. I love it, man. I hate it when that happens to me, man. I feel like I'm just about to go to bed, and then I have another bowl, and I broke through, and I'm like, mother.
When you break on through to the other side. Someone's knocking on my door. Probably some kids outside. Go away, kids. I don't want any.
Yeah, not buying tonight.
Better make sure it's not my wife. Okay.
That's funny, man. Yeah, this one's going to set me on.
Is it going to break you free?
This is going to set me on the right path.
On the right path.
Yeah.
It's important to be on the right path. But it's also important to be moving the right direction.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're going slow. Just keep moving.
Damn. This shit whacking me.
Got to keep on moving. Is it whacking you? Is it whacking you on or whacking you off?
Just whacking me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Earlier when you were talking about your Canador and how it made all your weed taste the same, and when you said that you were pissed off.
Yeah.
I really wanted to tell you that it's better to be pissed off than being pissed on, but
that's true.
You were going on a pretty big rant, and I didn't want to interrupt you to say something about what you said a few minutes ago. So I'll gladly wait 30 minutes and then bring it up randomly in conversation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's quite polite of you, and I would probably never remember again. I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah, the time warps. There's like time warps and time forks. Sometimes when you warp and ravel, like you eat like spaghetti, and you can see them all in front of you and behind you. Meatballs, Parmesan.
I like to close my eyes and envision what you're saying because you're doing some pretty cool visuals. That was cool. I'm fucked up, man. That was a good one. I'm gonna do. There's a little more in there. I won't do it now.
Well, I loaded a freshie. I loaded a fresh flower pot here.
Well, fucking beat it up. I'll watch it and then we can sign off or something. Yeah, beat that fucker up, man. I like that. I love those bowls. That's probably the one that I use when I use the flower pot. I use that bowl. That's a hit. That'll do you.
Wow.
I don't know about you, but when I break through, I can't get past it. Like once I break through, I'm stuck there. Like I just vape and I'm still there.
I don't know. I find that I can kind of bend the needle around.
Right on. Oh, good luck. I never can. I'm always like, Jesus, it's not going any further. I broke through to here and now it never goes anywhere.
I think though, like we've talked about this before, like because when you focus on the feelings that you do get from your high, even though like you're not as high as you were before, like when you really focus on them, like you can either make them go away or you can like enhance them. It's kind of like pain. Like when you're walking and you get a pain. You have any pains like right now?
Mm-hmm.
If you focus on that pain, like if you focus on it and you're annoyed, like if you're like, that fucking hurts, and you're like, you can't stop thinking about it, it just makes it worse.
Right.
But then if you focus on it and like dissect it, like what is this pain? Is it a stab? Is it a pull? Is it a vibrate? Is it just like my nerve telling me that something's wrong? Like what is the pain? Where is it? Like really analyze what's happening in your brain and your body and those signals. You can dissolve it. Like it just dissolves. It goes away, or it just becomes something that you can set aside. You can label it and just like put it away in your conscious, or in your active, operating procedure.
I like that.
That's how serious athletes deal with their injuries. Like they learn to meditate on that pain and label it, and it becomes something different. I do it. I have a thing on my foot that fucks me up. When I walk long distance, I have to like focus on it and make it go away.
That's amazing, man. Thanks for sharing that. All right.
You can do it. You can do it with your high. Like when you're feeling like that weird like kind of vertigo where like the world's a little tilted and your body's a little fluid. Like if you really like focus on that feeling, you can embrace it and like really, I'm not saying like fake it, but like you let it be.
I haven't done that in a while. I need to get back to that. There was a time when I did that a little bit. It's been a while.
It really helps to be by yourself, like disconnect. Like it's hard. Like once we're connected, like that's an anchor. That's homeostasis. Like you got you're latched on. Like there's a significant subconscious strength within you that just wants to be sober, be real. This is the me, Jerry. But I like to spend a lot of time not having duality. Like when I do psychedelics and take big drugs and do float tank meditations, I think long and hard and deep and focus, and I don't want to ever have different versions of me. That's important to me. Like I don't want to have the me that is 420 Vape Zone and video, and the me that's Troy and Jerry, and the me that is at home, and the me that's to my wife, the me that goes out. Like I don't want to have different versions of that. Like it's just one me, and I don't ever want to have to change who I am or soften up a particular behavior around certain people, or I don't have to optimize certain things around other people. That's one of the things that's important to me.
How you doing on it? That's beautiful. How you doing on it, man?
I'm doing great, but I found that it limits where I can go, who I can work with.
Is that right?
Yeah, totally. Like there's a lot of opportunities that didn't happen because that's not areas that I'm comfortable with. I don't want to have to do those things, or to work. They didn't work within my constraints.
Nice.
But I'm happy, man. So being me.
I love that, dude. It's a good story. It is working out.
Yeah. We talked right past 420. There was a 420 8 minutes ago.
Oh shit.
But 428 is 420 late.
All right,
Hold
let's
up.
finish. I'll finish this
Yeah.
off on it then, man. I got still a big old thing in here melted down there.
That's what she said. Got a big old thing in there.
Right?
No.
Melted down.
Finish off this. Maybe we did vape at 420. I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't hurt to make sure.
Yeah, we'll finish it. It's glorious. But it's toasted and it's done.
Still good.
Now, my new Friday night routine after the show is to go get a frozen Mountain Dew.
You got one in the freezer?
No, I go to Circle K.
Oh,
where
cool.
they have
the
the froster machine. Yeah, they have frozen Mountain Dew. They have both the green and the blue, the voltage, and then they have frozen Dr. Pepper and frozen pink lemonade, frozen Coke. They've got a nice diverse array of frozen selections. And they also sell really nice blunt wraps. They have a pretty good blunt wrap selection.
Those things are gonna outlaw soon.
Yeah, I'm stocked up. I got a drawer full now. I bought like $10 worth. So you look good, Jerry. You look like you're not very low. So
No, I'm doing good.
You're definitely lower in the beginning of the episode than you are now. So we're moving in the right direction.
Lifted faux show.
Yeah, I need to buy a Gatorade so I can do the Gatorade slushy, put it in the freezer. But I'm scared. Scared of it fucking up and blowing up and making a mess in the freezer. Also, I gotta put a bunch of weed in the freezer. I'm sending a bunch of weed straight to hash to make hash rosin.
Cool. Set some alarms, man. Put that shit in there. Get what you want.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. All right, Jerry. Had a great stream tonight. Anything else you want to say about moist nuggets?
No, but I did like that. I like it all so far, man. I need to test some more. That's all I gotta say. I like them both. Dry and moist. I like nuggets.
A Vitamix sponsorship. Whoa, what can I do with Vitamix? I can make frozen Cokes with Vitamix, really?
Wow. Go for it.
All right, Jerry. We'll see you next Friday.
Sorry, dude. I'm like out, man. I like KO'd, man. That motherfucker did it. Nice, man. Yeah, so thanks, man. It was a good time. Chat's awesome. You guys are dope. Have a good weekend, man. I'm gonna. You should too.
Yeah, I like what you did with your hair. It's you got the Elias Theodoro thing going for you.
Yeah, I guess
Were you inspired?
so, man. Maybe, man. Should I flop it around?
That's what she said.
Take my headphones off. Fuck, I'm talking slower than normal now, man. Even I can feel it. Thirsty, too.
Thirsty?
Yeah. Thirsty.
We'll see you next Friday, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. Peace.